What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kurt Cousins here for our week 2 recap. A lot going on. I'm going to add a few things, going to examine things that have happened on the waiver wire. Also, going to make some picks. But first off, we got to break down these games. And so the first one I'll look at is the executor, Cody Wiggins, versus the rookie, Brandon. This was a classic domination, 170 to 112. Kyler Murray goes off again. Calvin Ridley, who I tried to trade for, did not work. 2 touchdowns. It's weird, like Calvin Ridley is getting the touchdowns, but Julio Jones, it's just not in his DNA, I guess, to get those. Jarvis Landry had a real stinker. 3 targets. A little worried about that. Kenyon Drake, mediocre. Nick Hines. Cody spent, I believe, $22, $21 on Nick Hines. 1 reception, 4 yards. That's rough. Nick Hines. But still, Cody scored 170 points. Really good. Brandon Lamar Jackson, not worth the $40. Mark Cooper did good. Allen Robinson causing a stink. But Jacob's coming in. Allen Robinson causing a stink, but he ain't getting nothing. So that's concerning. Emmanuel Sanders, if you're the rookie, you probably think Emmanuel Sanders is going to make this big splash. He gets nothing. 1 reception for 18 yards. And then Mostert. Brandon finally mans up, wises up. He's growing as a rookie. He starts Mostert, who gets an 80-yard touchdown and then tears his ACL or something like that. So bad luck from the rookie. He scores 112 points. I think that's the worst of the league out of the whole week. So there's that one. Next up, interesting matchup here with Still Love Ben Cochran with Harrison and Mahomes DePoe. Harrison has a good week. Aaron Jones goes off for 45 points. My goodness. Everybody else is okay. Mike Evans gets some attention because Chris Godwin's gone. Aaron Rodgers is okay. He should have started my boy Cam Newton. He wins this round basically just because of Aaron Jones. Cody McLaurin does okay. Man, your receivers, Hollywood, Darius Slade, not so hot. Dalvin Cook does pretty all right. What's his name? Malcolm Brown. Another waiver wire. Malcolm Brown gets 47 rushing yards, and he's hurt. Great job. Kelsey does great. Here's the thing. So my boy Cody picks up Russell Gage. Great pickup. 16 points. 6 receptions, a touchdown. Of course, Julio Jones isn't getting the touchdown. Really good. You know, Julio Jones had 4 points. 2 receptions, 24 yards for Harrison. But here's the thing. He picked up Gage and dropped David Montgomery, which is the most questionable decision of the week because there was no reason to. I mean, on his bench, he had Mecole Hardman, right? He had, I think at this point in time, Jamison Crowder, Sony Michel, but chooses to drop David Montgomery, who went off. We'll see that here in a second. So, Cody, that's probably the most questionable move of the week. All right, if you guys can hear Bo whining, I just have to deal with it. Next up, my Jacob Thurman, straight cash homie against Garbo. Straight cash homie has a great week. He really does. I mean, Josh Allen, as I told y'all, 35 points, absolute beast. Devontae Adams gets hurt. Odell Beckham comes back. Paris Campbell gets hurt immediately. Joe Mixon, Ike, David Montgomery, 82 rushing yards, a receiving touchdown, 45 rushing yards. Jonnu Smith gets 2 touchdowns. He has a really good week. Scotty Miller is a bust. Never started again, Jacob, but he's kind of struggling because Michael Thomas is hurt for a while. Josh Kelly got a lot of carries on the bench. James Robinson, I think is his name. Is it James? James Robinson from Jacksonville did good. And Jacob, I'm still feeling good about your team. You say I'm always too nice to you about your team, but Jerry Jeudy is about to be the man because Cam Sutton is out for the year. So pretty good week from Jacob, 148 points, but he remains winless because of Garbo's team. My goodness, Garbo's team scored 188 points. Garbo is just dying for this recap because he knows he's about to get props. Because the thing is, if AJ Green doesn't drop 15 passes on Thursday night, Garbo's easily in the 200-point range. Just absolutely terrifies. Dak with 40, Lockett with 20, Robert Woods with a slow 11. AJ Green had a bunch of drops. Elliott off. Jacobs looked good. I watched that game. He was running over people. Darren Waller, Jonathan Taylor, my gosh. DJ Chark on the bench, Devontae Parker on the bench, Noah Fant on the bench. Basically almost everybody on his bench scored a touchdown, except for Robbie Anderson, who had 17 points. So, Xander, whew, the man's looking good. Next up is my game. Listen, I'm focused on fantasy baseball at the moment, trying to win a championship against my cousin AJ, so I haven't been able to focus. My team is bad yet again. Ryan Tannehill did great. Derrick Henry had 84 rushing yards on 25 carries that produced nothing. 8.4 points. Chris Carson does fine. Chris Herndon, I traded for Chris Herndon to Jacob. That was a big mistake. He got like 3 targets. And John Connor's from Terminator. James Conner comes back. He's healthy, miraculously, did great. But Zach's team went off. So my team is pretty disappointing because of Herndon and Ayuk. I made a big mistake, guys. Let me just tell you, I made a big mistake starting Ayuk over Sutton, even though Sutton's done for the year. And then I should have started Hayden Hurst, who had 18 points. It wouldn't have won me the game, so it doesn't really matter, but I made some mistakes. Zach's team looks really good. Finally got his first win. Russell Wilson went off. Stephon Diggs went off. Tyreek Hill went off. DK Metcalf went off. I'm about to have to eat crow on DK Metcalf because he scored another touchdown. Austin Eckler went off. Ronald Jones didn't really do much, but got a touchdown, so saved it. Miles Sanders is back and is in action. And then his bench went off. Gesicki, I don't even know who that is, 27 points. Kareem Hunt, 24. My gosh, how did Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb do so well? John Brown went off. Yeah, team's looking good. Zach's in a good position with the win. Then, the storyline. The absolute storyline. He's been the storyline through the 3 weeks. Really, these 2 teams have been a big storyline. Number 1 is the worst team, in quotations. The worst team is not good. You're not good, AJ. But you came through this week. Carson Wentz did bad. Deshaun Jackson, decent from Deshaun. Adam Thielen did bad. Cooper Kupp did aight. Kamara went off. That man did. Okay, I'll give you that. 9 receptions from Kamara. Nick Chubb went off. Goddard, Keenan Allen, good game. AJ had a good week. Not going to lie. He had a good week. Let me look at his bench numbers real quick. Gronk didn't get nothing. His bench was trash. I'm not believing in the worst team. I still think they suck. I still think they're in the last tier. Okay? But he is not the worst team in the league. Because the worst team in the league is Studs and Duds. Which he needs to change his name, Daniel. I'm sorry, but you need to change your name to just Duds. Because Christian McCaffrey out for 4 to 6 weeks. Saquon Barkley out for the year. That's approximately $150 of your $200 budget. You are in a bad spot. Deontay Johnson's pretty good, but besides that, your team is hopeless. You are done. CeeDee Lamb, he got 6 receptions, but I'm sorry, man. Daniel is by far the worst team, and that is why you can't go Studs and Duds. He's even worse than me. So, talking tiers here after week 2, you've got, I'm going to put in tier 1, I'm going to put Garbo's team, of course, as number 1. Executor as number 2. In that first tier 2, number 1 in that is Zach and Harrison and Straight Cash Homie. And then Cody is right there in the middle. And the last tier, of course, is the rookie, the worst team, and Studs and Duds at last. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to look at these transactions. because there was a ton of stuff that happened on the waiver wire. And they were all absolutely hilarious. Okay, so starting on September 15th, which was a week ago, I traded Mike Williams for Chris Herndon, which was hilarious. All right, Cody put $22 down on Nyheim Hines. Nyheim Hines. Hilarious. The man got like 1 point. I put $22 on Benny Snell Jr., and then the next day after I got him, James Conner miraculously completely heals. And so he got 2 carries and a fumble. All right, then the one that seems so hilarious, Robbie Anderson, $15 to Garbo. You're like, what's Garbo doing? Robbie Anderson turns into a 17-point game. All right, so it's hilarious that all these people, Hines, Snell, Malcolm Brown, big name waivers, Xander gets Robbie Anderson for $15 and it pays off big time on his bench. Malcolm Brown for $9, not as bad, but he did have 4 points, so that's pretty bad. Didn't AJ do something stupid? I'm pretty sure AJ did something stupid, right? Where is AJ? AJ dropped a defense. I think he dropped New England. But that was earlier. I can't find it. AJ, tell me what you did stupid. But anyway, another stupid thing. Sorry, Cody, but Cody drops David Montgomery for Russell Gage. Good pickup, bad drop. And then, yeah, Paris Campbell. J.O. gets him for free, but he tears his ACL. Hey, I picked up Corey Davis. That was pretty good. And then another one, last second, I picked up Brandon Ayuk, and that was a disaster. I picked up Traquan Smith, and that ended up being pretty good. But I didn't get a plan. Okay, so hilarious stuff on the waiver wire, of course. Now we are going to week 3 matchups. Now I'm going to make my picks. I am playing Straight Cash Homie, and I said that Straight Cash Homie is a really good team, and I think so, but I got them in a bad spot right now. I'm picking myself, just for my own needs. All right, the worst team versus Everybody Ertz. Obviously, Everybody Ertz is taking that one because he's really good. Still love Ben Cochran versus Garbo's team. This is a classic 3 versus 1 matchup. Garbo wins in an easy one. Cody versus Cody. Interesting. I'm going to go with the upset here and say that Cody wins. Kodu, that is. I'm going with the Mahomes Depot right there for Executor's first loss. And the rookie versus Studs and Duds. Congrats, the rookie. You're finally winning a game because Studs and Duds ain't bitten nobody. So anyway, that's the recap. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the waiver wire tomorrow, I think it is. So put your bids in. Can't wait to see you. And I'll update you guys on my fantasy baseball stuff going on. I'm in the championship game in baseball art against AJ. Currently, just to tell you currently what's going on. It's 51-24. I'm up, but he's got a lot of pitchers coming up today. So I'll let you guys know who the winner is next week. Anyway, this was Last Chance Dudes Fantasy Recap. Thanks for tuning in.